Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again. It's Wednesday, April 15th, 2020, and you're on the mic. So, today, I'm going to start a new mini feature here. Probably try to do this once a week, called the Unlocked Update, which what I'm going to be doing, of course, we know that people have been covering Vic stuff on Unlocked, predominantly due to the fact that Victor Vargas has uploaded those streams, onto his Twitter account. But aside from Vic, of course, I'm going to look at some of the other voice actors who are on unlocked as well. Now, I just kind of came up with this idea just today, so maybe this first episode of the Unlocked update will be a little slim on content, but hopefully as I work through it more, I'll have more in the future. Okay, so with all that being said, let's get to it then. So on this episode of the Unlocked update as part of On the Mic, I did go ahead and take a look at Vic's Unlocked stream earlier today, from I guess yesterday. So what he basically talked, one of the main things he talked about, as part of his stream, was the idea of perceptions. How sometimes people present themselves online in a way that is not entirely truthful to what they're actually are. The example he gave was, somebody that I guess he knew from online as being somebody who was kind of, making themselves off to be like some kind of producer, some kind of big wig, only to come to find out that this guy really just lived out of a trailer, that he didn't even own, was owned by some old lady. She was working, he wasn't. Um, Now, not that that's necessarily bad or anything, but he was basically presenting himself as something he wasn't, and that's kind of part of the problem too. I think sometimes with social media and all that is that that idea, and I think that's what Vic was alluding to in part, was that the idea that you can create this persona, this perception of yourself that isn't real, you know, and you can, really deceive a lot of people with it. The thing with the whole pandemic going on and stuff is just leading us down a road to where we're becoming more and more dependent on social media, which can be somewhat of a problem. I think Vic was alluding to this in part with what he was talking about with the idea of how people use social media to kind of create perceptions or personas of themselves that don't necessarily fit. Um, you know this this over dependence on social media um, will have a tendency to to breed falsity and you know falsity and dehumanization. Now, I know that I said with these unlocked updates, I hope to do a bit more positive coverage, which will be true. And as I work through more of this over the weeks, hopefully, I'll be able to bring more content in terms of not just Vic but other voice actors. I'm just kind of going over what Vic did today, and hopefully in the weeks to come, I'll be able to watch other streams and take notes and give you content from those. More stuff like what they might be working on. Other stuff going on in their lives. But yeah, again, a lot of what Vic was talking about was just the idea of percentage, and then he had, of course, some of the people who were on the stream come on, and he talked to them as everybody else was listening on the app. Um, so yeah, I mean that's kind of the gist of what was going on. I also watched some of Kylie Bear's Halle Bear's stream. I know that he indicated he was working on a couple of things, like I think on Seven Deadly Sins. He was asked if he'd be interested in voicing Aizen again. What if the new Bleach anime got English dub, and he indicated yes he would. So that might be another thing to look forward to. Um, no, that's about as much as I got from it today. But as we move ahead, hopefully I'll have more content from Unlocked for you guys to talk about. Um, and with that, so let's move on to the next portion of it. Now that I've hit the main part of it here, of course, this day in niche history. Um, so let's look at the today is of course April 15th. It's the It's the it's April 15, 2020. Let's see what's happened on this day in history, in niche history. So first thing I'm going to talk about is um, Pat Sullivan's Felix the Cat number 110 came out on this date on the newsstands on this date in 1960 from Harvey Comics. On this, of course, on this date in 1960, um, Harvey Comics released onto newsstands the 110th issue of Pat Sullivan's Felix the Cat in 1960 there. So Felix the Cat was another one of I'm sure many of the older folks probably saw the cartoon, the black and white cartoons from maybe the 40s and 50s, I think. But yeah, on this date, Felix Cat number 110 from Pat Sullivan from Harvey Comics was released on this date. So I know I said that 2 or 3 times already, but and also on this date in 1995, um, ECW at the ECW Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in front of a crowd of 1,150. Um, Extreme Championship Wrestling had Hostile City Showdown 95. This is still before they started doing pay-per-views. This is one of their main shows of that year. I think they did 2 shows this month. In the main event of this show was Cactus Jack, aka Mick Foley, defeating Terry Funk. Also on the show, you had 911 defeating Ron Simmons. You had the Public Enemy retain the ECW Tag Team Championships from the Pitbulls, and then you had Sandman beating Shane Douglas to win the ECW Heavyweight title, and then Eddie Guerrero wrestled to a draw with Dean Malenko to retain the ECW Television title. Also, Raven and Tommy Dreamer wrestled to a no contest, and in a barbed wire baseball bat match, Axel Rotten beat Ian Rotten in the Battle of the Rotten Brothers. Um, so those are a lot of the main matchups throughout the show. And that happened on this date in 1995, which was 25 years ago. So, with all that being said, if you guys would like to check out the links below, contact me directly through my Discord. Um, you can DM me there, and if you'd like, you can check out the Discord and join. I'm still also promoting a bunch of different dub companies. Funimation's, granted, they may be as Kyle put it, the grand poobah of the anime dubbing studios right now, but they're not the only game in town. There's a few other dubbing studios out there that you guys can check out as well, especially in this time when we're stuck indoors. Um, also, also, if you want to, let's see. Also, I'm still promoting the GoFundMe's As always, guys, never feel like you have to donate. If you have the means to, it's on your heart to do so, please consider donating. If you've already donated, please consider donating again. And if you cannot donate, you can still help out the cause by sharing the link. Sharing is caring, and you never know, maybe somebody in your circle of friends may want to help. And lastly, of course, if you guys like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I always look forward to the conversation with you guys, as long as, of course, civil and respectful. I hope you guys will check out the video and enjoy it. Watch it all the way through so you can get, all the information. And until tomorrow, bye.